Here's our tail of the tape for this, our main event for the lightweight championship of the world. Both men in their prime. Josh Johnson, taller but slightly less reach than Sidichai, who will be at 71.5.
Professional experience, big edge for Sidichai. Win percentage very even. KO percentage going to Josh Johnson. Some of our fight metrics report, you can see that knockdown ratio that really.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本。帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Each round, so those of you watching right now can see exactly where we stand.
Now let's take a look at my keys to glory for Sidichai. He's got to manage distance, use that southpaw left kick, and mix in his boxing and his knees, which are very dangerous, where Josh Johnson needs to have an answer for that left kick. And when he gets inside, he really needs to stay busy with his combinations.
This is your main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the lightweight championship of the world. A second meeting between these two, featuring a challenger with a newfound focus and kickboxing immortality within his reach. In his way, one of the most dominant champions to ever wear the glory belt. This bout sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association, and at the bell, your referee is Dan Mergliata. From New York to the Netherlands, Glory kickboxing fans are watching around the world. It's time for Glory! Let's meet the challenger fighting out of the black corner. He won Fight of the Night honors twice in Copenhagen and Los Angeles. His professional record, 29 wins with 8 losses, 15 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 153 pounds, 69.4 kilos. He's here in New York, fighting tonight out of Vancouver, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Josh Johnson. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner. His glory reign now enters its 3rd year with 5 defenses of the belt. His professional record impressive, 121 wins, 30 losses, 5 bouts scored even, and 32 career knockouts. He stands 5 feet 8 and 1/2 inches, 1.74 meters, and he weighed in at 153.6 pounds, 69.7 kilograms. He fights tonight out of Bangkok, Thailand, and is the reigning and defending undisputed Glory lightweight champion of the world. He is the Killer Kid, Sidichai Sitsongpeenong. Once again, your referee in charge of this championship bout is Dan Mergliata.
What's up? Good luck to both of you guys. Protect yourselves all the time. Be like manners all the time. If you clinch, keep an active clinch, but don't clinch at all. Okay? Good luck to both of you.
In Thailand, it is 10 in the morning right now, and fans are up early having their breakfast, watching their hero, Sidichai, the Killer Kid, getting set to defend his title for the 6th time. That's a live look in a bar right now as they are cheering on Sidichai. That's Bangkok. Here we go. Half the world away. Sidichai in the white gloves taking on Josh Johnson for the lightweight championship for the world. What are you going to watch early here, Joe?
Well, you're going to see a left kick from Sidichai any second. So we're going to see how Johnson reacts to that left kick. They've been working a lot of different counters and strategies against it. The first one being circling away like he's doing now. Johnson circling left, takes power away from the left kick.
But when Jauncey circles to his left, what strike does Jauncey need to throw?
Well, at that point, he can throw his straight right down the middle or his right kick himself.
You have made the transition from Muay Thai to kickboxing better than Sidichai. Why has he been successful where others have struggled?
Well, it's his ability to control distance. You'll see him outside stay long, and then on the inside he uses his clinching knees to avoid the inside range punching. But he has improved his boxing and adapted to the rules, so watch for some good left straights from Sidichai as well.
Jauncey, just 25 years old, has been waiting for this moment. Hasn't tried to push it too much. Hasn't been screaming for title shots. Has been waiting, and the perfect moment, he feels that moment is now, right here, tonight.
And right now, starting really well with his circling outside. Every time Sidichai throws the kick, he goes counters inside low kick. I've seen him land a good straight right as well.
Some surprising punches landing there for Sidichai.
Jauncey back to stepping outside.
Jauncey fighting this like a chess match early on.
Yeah, you have to. You can't just sit there and, you know, get in there and get too aggressive. 5 rounds with Sidichai, who's used to 5 rounds. You got to play smart, and then at the right moment, you got to explode. Once you find that opportunity, you go for it.
They are few and far between when you face Sidichai, who's only really come close to losing his title once. That was his last fight against Murat Grigorian.
That was a close fight. Grigorian did a good job at coming inside, closing distance.
Nice body kick from the Killer Kid.
And a lot of the counters from Jauncey are inside low kicks. Good check from Sidichai now.
One thing you worry about when you're as dominant as Sidichai is complacency. How motivated is he to fight for the world title when he's been so dominant?
Yep, that's always a thing. We saw that with Mexin, and now we saw when she lost her title, we saw a spark in her. Level change now from that left kick from Sidichai.
Jauncey started the round well, but Sidichai coming on strong here.
And he's starting to find his distance. He's going left kick, left knee.
Out to the body for Jauncey. Made a low kick at the same time. Jauncey was born in London, England. Currently lives in Vancouver, Canada. Very well traveled.
Nice right high kick from Jauncey there. Sidichai with the inside knee. Not a bad round for Josh Jauncey. I thought he did well.
Look at that. TJ Dillashaw, the UFC bantamweight champion, here in the house tonight. Oh yes, Anthony Pettis, showtime, baby. Of course, UFC at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. Daniel Cormier defending his world heavyweight title. Chris Algieri, I broadcast some boxing matches with him. Former junior lightweight champion of the world, fought Manny Pacquiao, beat Ruslan Provodnikov. So a lot of big fight fans with big fight names here tonight at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Chris Algieri, also a former kickboxer.
Yeah, he actually kickboxed here in New York.
Round 2 here scheduled for 5. Lightweight championship of the world. You will soon see how the judges scored that fight. How did you have it, Joe?
Well, I think the damaging shots could have looked from Sidichai, that's it, but I still think Jauncey did well. I think the strategy, the tactics are there, just needs to keep it up.
All 3 judges giving it to the Thai fighter. 10-9. Nice uppercut from Sidichai, and it goes downstairs, and then a straight left hand. Good sequence here for Sidichai.
That's an involved boxing from Sidichai. This is where he's adapted to the kickboxing rules really well. Speaking to Sidichai's corner, they said they had some special techniques with the punches, and it was the uppercut. One of those uppercuts just landed.
Oh boy, a left hand splits the guard again for Sidichai. He's doing a lot of his damage with his hands, Joe.
Yeah, his left straight's always been on point.
And now we've got blood coming out of the nose of Jauncey.
Wait.
You liked Jauncey's tactics in round 1. What do you make of what he's doing here in round 2? He's getting eaten alive.
Well, it's Sidichai really picking up the boxing now, and it's that left straight, but I wouldn't mind seeing Johnsy go that left hook, because when Sidichai sometimes throws that left straight, he drops his right hand. So a good counter would be to slip his head off to the left, throw the left hook for Johnsy.
Let's see if Sidichai can get a knockout or a knockdown here.
3,
And that will be a knockdown.
5, 6, 7. Step forward.
Johnson can't lose his mind. He needs to stay focused here.
I'm going to say, can Sidichai get a knockout? He's got 2 in his 10 wins. The Glory's going right after Johnsy here.
And the issue is with Sidichai, a lot of people always expect the left kick, and now Sidichai is coming with a more boxing approach.
Sidichai did promise a knockout here tonight, Joe, something he's never done.
And he's landing really solid uppercuts, and those are the ones that are snapping Josh's head back. After the left kick from Sidichai.
Now Johnsy in a situation where if he loses this round 10-8, lost the first round, needs a knockdown the rest of the way.
That uppercut just well.
Unless Johnsy can somehow win the next 3 rounds.
Just as Johnsy circled out, Sidichai cut that angle and landed that left straight, just like that again.
Blood continues to pour out of the nose of the challenger. Great performance thus far for the Killer Kid.
Right. Separate clean. Nice hand.
They bump fists here. Johnsy, deep breath, eyebrow raise. He's saying that was not a knockdown. We'll take a look at it. What do you think, Joseph?
I have to see it here because he kept tapping that it was the knee, but the way he fell looked like it landed. No, that was on the arm, and it just off-balanced him. Yeah, definitely not a knockdown. You can see it hit off the arm as he was trying to open up with that hook.
It looked like he got him with a knee, but then watch the right hand of Sidichai. Yeah, it was a push.
No, it was a push. He kind of just framed out with his hand. Not a knockdown at all. But the key for Johnsy now is he can't get flustered with this. It happened already. He needs to collect his thoughts and stay focused on what has to come, because he's got 3 rounds of hard action coming his way.
And he's got to win all 3 rounds or he has no chance.
And a lot of times fighters, when they get those controversial knockdowns, they lose their focus for a moment. That's could have what happened from Johnsy.
Josh Johnsy's dad, a former kickboxer himself, in fact, moved to Vancouver, Canada to open up the World Kickboxing Academy. Josh and his older brother Jay essentially raised in the ring there. Johnsy had his first fight at the age of 9.
Did they forget Sidichai's mouthpiece?
That's the point. Hey, that's the point.
Yeah, Johnsy's probably enjoying this little reprieve.
He actually put his hands up. He wants to fight.
Here's his chance. Well, knowing the score now and where he stands, what do you do if you're Josh Johnson?
Well, he has to fight. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Show your heart, come forward, and try to implement your game plan. I really liked when Johnsy was using his kicks a little bit more, not getting too aggressive with his hands.
It's interesting, like you said, that we haven't seen a ton of left kicks from Sidichai.
Yeah, he's relying on his boxing, but then every so often he mixes it in just to remind Johnsy he's still there. And just when you think that he's going boxing heavy, but that's the left hook I want to see from Johnsy. When he circles out, that left hook again, they're landing. As he circles out, kind of throw that check left hook and pivot out.
You see there that the one thing Johnsy is doing well, leg kicks.
Yeah, he's really attacking the inside leg, but his corner must have told him the same thing I'm saying about going for that left hook, but he keeps throwing it. And he landed a good right knee there.
Is he just trying to get comfortable, settle in here? You would think if he wanted to box as much as he's shown so far, Sidichai at least, that Johnsy would enjoy that.
Yeah, you would think so, but that just shows the involvement of Sidichai. There you go, Johnsy's low kicks now versus the punches.
That left leg, that left kick. So fast, so devastating. You can never forget about it. Another body shot, Sidichai. It's been a pretty good round, though, for Johnsy.
Yeah, definitely better. A lot better. Maybe this punch in boxing range is still a little foreign to Sidichai, so it could gas him out a little bit more than staying patient and kicking on the outside.
Knee to the body, Johnsy backs up and a flying knee from Sidichai.
kick. Level changes now. You can see when Sidichai enters with his knees, they do a lot of good damage. He has a few stoppages in his career with that left knee.
Johnson's still on his toes, still moving around. Seems to have a lot of energy left.
Yeah, I like when he's just staying a little defensive up top and chopping away with his low kicks.
Johnson winning this round so far?
Well, it's closer. I mean, it's definitely closer, but Sidichai is pressing forward, not moving backwards, which could look dominant, but I think this is definitely a better round for Johnson. Maybe a slight edge for him, I'd say.
Well, if he doesn't get a knockdown, he has to win rounds 3, 4, and 5 on the judges' scorecards.
Asking Sidichai about Johnson, he says he's a good fighter, he's got good knees. He remembers Johnson's knees from the first fight, but Johnson landed some good punches.
There. Yeah, good body shot from Johnson. And for a moment, it seemed that Sidichai might have been stunned.
Yeah, he kind of froze for a split second there. That could have been the one that gave Johnson to steal that round.
Let's go back to Bangkok, Thailand. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is our featherweight champion, Pech Panarung. There's Victor Pinto. They're all in there watching their guy just after 10 in the morning local time. So a good round for Johnson. Wasn't enough, though, according to the judges. We'll find out momentarily. But like you said, that last sequence for Johnson with a body shot and then going upstairs may have won it.
And you can see Sidichai kind of breathing heavy. I mean, most fighters, box more to conserve energy, but maybe because he's so dominant as a kicker, his conditioning with his kicks are there, not as much with his boxing, but it was kind of a hook to the pec, but then it was that left hook. Really liking that left hook from Johnson.
His best round by far, but we'll see if it was enough to win the round.
All right, third round, let's go. Box.
Round 4. These are the championship rounds now. Lightweight title on the line at the Hammerstein Ballroom here in New York City. One judge gives it to Johnson, the other 2 to Sidichai. So Johnson needs a knockdown here or he will lose.
Yep, I want to see him go back to those inside low kicks and circling outside with that left hook.
Body kick there for Sidichai.
Going back to his kicks and knees. The Sidichai we know.
Knee though from Sidichai.
See how he mixes it in as he knows Johnson's going to come forward. He throws that knee.
Look at Sidichai walking Johnson down.
Yeah, he's walking down. This is a different style we're seeing in him.
Didn't like the things Johnson was saying about him fight week. Johnson made fun of his name. Basically called him overrated a few times. Sidichai said, okay, then I'll knock you out.
Head moving to get into that clinch from Sidichai. Body working, uppercut.
Uppercut, left hook.
It's definitely big improvements with Sidichai's boxing. Just slipped a nice knee as well. The way he puts together punches, knees, and kicks.
Murat Grigorian's probably watching this fight saying, hey, why didn't he want to box with me?
Well, that's just what an experienced fighter does. He knows maybe Grigorian's a little bit more aggressive with his boxing, so he's stuck to his kicks and knees. Where with Johnson now, he's feeling his pressure working well.
The inside of Johnson's left leg, beat red.
Solid straight left from Sidichai.
Not that Johnson's fighting bad, it's just that Sidichai's fighting so well.
Yeah, absolutely. Johnson's doing what he needs to do, following good north versus south tactics. But just Sidichai being so dominant. He knows what you're doing. Yes, he knows you want to circle to the outside. He knows you're going to try to counter with the inside low kick. So he adapts.
I will say that Johnson's in fantastic physical condition. He's still on his toes, bouncing around, looking for anything he can land.
Nice pivot off from Sidichai to avoid those flying knees.
Another strong round for the Killer Kid. Johnsy hanging in there, though. And now we enter the 5th and final round, Joe. It's all hands on deck for Johnsy. He needs a knockout. What's the best play here for him?
Well, I'm liking, that left hook, but he's been trying. He just doesn't maybe have that energy and that power to put anything out, but he's got to leave it all out there, and I think going with the inside low kick, countering with the kicks might not be enough, so might have to come from the punches, and if I have to guess a punch to throw, it would be that left hook.
Hit him with the right hand first. Hit him with the right straight. Hit him with the right straight. Explosive. You're fresh. You're fresh on him. He's so slow now. Keep the right hand up. All he's got is the high kick now. Keep the right hand up. Counter every body kick with the inside low kick. Counter the body kick with the low kick. Counter the low kick to the right.
3 minutes between Sidichai and a 6th world title defense. 3 minutes left for Josh Johnsy to find that one punch, that one kick, the one knee that could change his life. 5th and final round here from New York City.
Johnsy trying to go southpaw now, try to create some different angles.
All 3 judges scoring that one for Sidichai. Right hand lands for Johnsy. And if Sidichai's willing to stand there in the pocket and exchange punches with you, I would suggest Johnsy do it.
Yeah, seriously, that's your chance. Because there's slight lapse in his defense when he throws. That left straight goes, the right hand comes down slightly.
Well, the best time to hit somebody is after they've just tried to hit you.
Yep.
Okay, clean break.
Back right away.
Separate. Hands up. Right. Hands up. Box.
2 minutes to go.
Nice low kick, Johnsy.
Break. Break. Box.
Glance up to the clock for Josh Johnsy. Minute 35 to go. There were questions about Sidichai over the last 3 or 4 fights asking, is he slipping a little bit? Is he not as dominant as he once was? Has he lost a step? What has he shown you tonight, Joe?
Well, I just think he's been really working his boxing, and I'm really impressed the way he came in and boxed a little bit more than usual. Still mixing in that good power left kick and knee. I still think he's there and he's still getting better.
This is a guy who's had almost 160 pro fights, but he's still getting better, Joe. His boxing has improved greatly from his last fight.
Yeah, definitely. He's bringing more exciting style fights. This is what we want from our lightweight champ.
And Joe, how much do you think that early knockdown that wasn't affected Josh Johnson?
Well, I think it affected him in that round, but he seemed to collect his thoughts pretty good and kind of came back and almost had a 1-1 judges round in round 3. So he seems to be collected now, but just doesn't have the power to be able to put Sidichai out.
Well, he's pulling out all the stops, is Josh Johnson, trying to find something that works. The Killer Kid with a killer performance as he has defended his title successfully for the 6th time and will surely pick up career win number 122. We welcome you back to the Hammerstein Ballroom. 5 rounds in the lightweight division in the books, and it appears that Sidichai will remain supreme here tonight.
Yeah, and I really like the way he fought this fight, and we saw a little different approach from him, usually really left kick based heavy. But here he really mixed his hands well, and we saw some good shots, especially when he mixed his uppercuts a few times. He came forward, but mixed in some good knees. That was that controversial knockdown, which, again, we thought threw Johnsy off a little bit, but seemed to collect his mind a little bit in that 3rd round. came back, but same kind of fight. A new Sidichai using his boxing, sitting in the pocket a little bit more. Josh Johnson had the right tactics. He was countering with the inside low kick, trying to circle out. But I didn't think they expected this much boxing from Sidichai, which could have thrown his game plan off a little bit. But a lot of respect from both guys. Josh Johnson knows how talented Sidichai is. When you look at some of the strike count here, you can see punches were very even, slight edge in the kicks for Josh Johnson, and overall strike total goes to Sidichai. Strikes by zone, headshot advantage for Sidichai. Body again to Sidichai, and attacking the legs was all Josh Johnson. Now we'll make it official with Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's take a look at the totals. 2 of our judges score the bout 49-45, and our third and final judge scores it 50-44. A unanimous decision, all for your winner. And still glory lightweight champion of the world, Sidichai Sitsongpeenong. Here to present the belt, our Managing Director of Sport, Mr. Cor Hemmers, and our Chief Executive Officer, Marshall Zelaznik.
I am here with the Killer Kid, Sidichai Sitsongpeenong. Congratulations on your victory. How would you rate your performance tonight in your 6th title defense?
คิดว่าชกดีไหมวันนี้ครับ
ก็คิดว่าโชคดีครับแต่ว่าผู้ชกเขามาดีครับเขาซ้อมมาดีแล้วก็เขาแข็งแกร่งขึ้นคิดว่างานนี้ไม่ง่ายครับพี่น้องเขาไม่ได้แต่เขาโชคดีที่ขอบคุณครับที่ชาวอเมริกาชาวไทยในอเมริกาที่มาเชียร์ผม
He first said thank you to everybody that came out to support, and he said, yeah, he thinks he came out well and strong. His opponent definitely got better. He came here to fight, but he came strong and to get the win.
We noticed tonight that you didn't rely as much on your left kick as you did with your boxing. Why the change?
ตอนนี้ต่อยหมัดมากกว่าแข้งซ้ายทำไมอ่ะ
เพราะว่าอยากเปลี่ยนสไตล์ให้หมัดหนักขึ้นอยากจะน็อกคู่ต่อสู้ด้วยหมัดสกัดครับผม
He wants to change his style more for kickboxing rules and get harder punches rather than only relying on his left kick.
We know you have a lot of people watching at home in Bangkok, Thailand right now. What's your message to all your fans?
บอกอะไรให้แฟนคลับที่เมืองไทยอ่ะ
ก็อยากขอบคุณแฟนมวยชาวไทยนะครับที่ช่วยเชียร์และติดตามผมครั้งนี้ผมก็ทำสำเร็จแล้วป้องกันแชมป์ไว้ได้แล้วครับให้พี่น้องแฟนไทยชาวไทยไม่ผิดหวังครับผมจะรักษาต่อไปครับผม
He said thank you everybody for supporting him and everything, and he worked hard for this, and now he's the glory champ.
Congratulations one more time, and still lightweight champion of the world, Sidichai.